moviegoers, and welcome to another edition of Have You Seen It? I'm your host, Denise, and this week we are doing an oldie but goodie. I just could not get to the theater this week like I wanted to, so I thought, hey, what about a really good oldie but goodie? All right, so this oldie but goodie is the movie The Other Side of Midnight. It stars Marie-France Pizet, I hope I said it correctly, and John Beck, a very young Susan Sarandon, and Rafa Vallone. This movie, wow, I could tell you this. It's a movie that I had no business watching as a young teenager. But it started as a novel written by Sidney Sheldon in 1973. And then it became a film in 1977. And in this movie, you have the main characters, Noel, Larry, Catherine, and Constantine. Those are the main characters. So you have this very young, beautiful French woman named Noel who grows up in a poor environment somewhere in France. She adores her dad, and, he realizes that, my daughter is so devoted to me that she will probably do just about anything I want her to do. Well, as she grows up and becomes a young woman, I'll say, an older teenager or early 20s, he realizes that she is quite beautiful and striking, and he uses that and forces her to become the mistress to a wealthy boutique owner. Okay, she is just that gorgeous. All right, and so she realizes that this is kind of cool. I've got this beautiful face, and men seem to just drop at their knees when they see me or when they're in my presence, and when I am really turning on the sex appeal and seducing them, I'm really, really, really feeling myself. And so once she realizes that she has this mesmerizing span of control over older men, she flees to Paris because she's like, well, if in this town of Marseille, I believe that's where it started, I can get this kind of clout working in a boutique, as a, little model, kind of modeling dresses and so forth. I can go to Paris and I can be the bomb. Okay. I can just do it all. Okay. And so when she gets to Paris, now this takes place World War II era. Okay. And so she meets an American pilot, and he's played by John Beck. His character is Larry. And he is, I believe, on leave or whatever. So he's in Paris, got some downtime. I'm just, visiting the city, just chilling, just doing what I do. And so he meets her. And of course, their eyes lock and they fall in love. They kind of fall head over heels for each other. And she believes that, hey, I want to marry this guy. I'm just in love with him. Forget all that seducing and hoeing around that I was doing for my daddy. I want to be with him. Well, this pilot gets an assignment, all right, and he says, I got to go to wherever, but I will be back. And of course, that's all she needs to hear. And so she sits and she waits and she goes to the cafes where they had coffee and croissants and hoping that maybe he's there and I just missed him. And so she, is really torn up about the fact that I can't believe that he has not come back to marry me. Well, of course, she is with child, and and like I said, this is a movie that I probably had no business watching because she performed her own abortion in a bathtub, and it was quite, kind of, I was just like blown away. All right. So fast forward, she says, you know what? You told me you were going to come back and marry me and you didn't come back. So now I'm really pissed off. And I'm so pissed off that I'm going to hire a private investigator to find you. Well, by now she, her modeling career and her acting career have taken off. So she's more powerful, more beautiful, more well-known. And so she's got clout now and she can afford to do this. And as she has this gentleman investigated, she finds out that, not only did you not come back and marry me, you went and not only had a mistress, but you married Catherine, who's played by Susan Sarandon. And so she's just beside herself. But going back to her, mistress roots, she does come across a gentleman named Constantine Damaris, who is a tycoon, and he is so wealthy. He's got his hands in industries all over the world. So he's someone that you don't want to mess with because I will destroy you. So he's that type of guy. But she becomes his mistress. And fast forward, after the war is over, Larry's kind of having trouble finding a job because he's a pilot, but he was an aggressive pilot in the Air Force. So he's trying to get a job with TWA, and they're like, we don't have your skills. We can't do that here. And so she hires him to work for her boo. And when he puts his eyes on her for the first time, because now she's his boss, dude doesn't even recognize her. And that makes her even more pissed off. And so as the movie progresses, she's just got him working like a dog, treating him like garbage and ordering him around and so forth and so on. And so once the light bulb goes off and his dumb head realizes who she is, now they want to plot to kill his wife. And so poor little Susan Sarandon is just, she won't divorce the guy because he's like, listen, I need to divorce you. My boo from a long time ago is back on the scene and you need to be gone. And she's not having it. So now you got this one woman who's forcing you to get rid of your wife, and then you got a wife who won't divorce you. And so she meets a demise. So I'm going to leave that there. She meets a demise, the wife. The plot to kill her has been found out. The gig is up. And you're going to go to jail. But because Constantine Damaris is very wealthy and very powerful, he makes a deal. These two clowns accept his deal, and then the two clowns find out that he was only playing and there was no deal. And guess what? You are going before a firing squad. And so that is how the movie progresses. It starts actually with her kind of making her way down the Green Mile to meet her demise, and she is really okay with it because I guess she felt, I did get my man back for a minute and now I don't care about nobody. And so that is the other side of midnight. I'm telling you right now, I don't know where you can find it. I've searched, to find it. I guess I'm just going to have to order it from somewhere. But it really stuck with me all these decades and decades later. And I'm telling you right now, that movie really rings true. That phrase, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. You do a woman wrong and you just don't know how she's going to take it. And so in this movie, Noel took it there. So there you go. All right, folks, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that like button. And remember, I am available on BlueSky at HYSI. All right, moviegoers, you know what to do. Until next week, I need you to see a movie because I'm going to see a movie. Until next week, bye-bye.